Oh. Oh, okay. I haven't pulled this chain yet. I still have the dimmer switch in. And I don't know, I might leave the dimmer switch in, I'm not quite sure. I have not pulled this yet. I have not seen this go yet. Let's just see what happens. There it goes. And see, there's going to be high, medium, and low on it. Usually there's high. The first one is high, probably. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Pull it again for medium. Pull it again for low. Pull it again and it goes off. Nice. Now see, if I leave the dimmer switch would probably make that go slower. Let's just see. Okay, I got it in high. I've got the dimmer switch all the way up. Okay. Now I'm gonna lower the dimmer switch, and this is not a ceiling fan dimmer switch. Years ago, you had to buy a special light switch, real heavy, and it was like $25, $30. This one is just about a $15 one. Now I'm going to turn the dimmer down, and it looks like the ceiling fan is going slower now. Look at that. This could be all controlled with the dimmer. And see, let's see if this light bulb dims too. I'm going to dim down. Okay, so early in the morning, late at night, you want to come in here, you can turn the dimmer on just a little bit like that, and the ceiling fan goes on a little bit. Now I may have to check on the dimmer switch to see if it's approved for a ceiling fan. I'm not quite sure what to do with that just yet. You can check at your local hardware store about that, or change the dimmer switch. See, I could change the dimmer switch to just a standard single pole light switch, so every time I turn it on, the lights are going to be up high. If I don't want that particular light on, let's say late at night, early in the morning, you can just pull that chain, and so when you turn the light on, the only light that's going to go on in this room is above the sink. Your ceiling fan will go on, but if you want it off, you can adjust it there too. Okay, so you got many options the way I have it installed. I know you probably know how to install a globe, but I'm just going to give you a tip. What I like to do with these little screws, I undo them and make sure they're out the very same all the way around. I still have the plastic on here because I don't want to get my sweaty hands on there or oil or whatever. Okay, now I can push this up and see if I have to first off unscrew it further, which it looks like I have to all the way, I guess. Okay, I didn't have them out far enough. Now I can push that up. Wow, I gotta take those screws almost all the way out. Sometimes you don't have to do that. Just depends, you know. Because this globe is glass. Now some of them are plastic, and then you don't have to be as careful. Okay. Now that I have it up there, I'm gonna go two screws here, 2 screws there, the same amount. 2 screws here. Okay? Now, one. That way I get them all up there even, and it feels like it's pretty snug already. Last thing you want to do is over tighten it. And see, if you don't have the screws all out, you may think, oh, okay, this one here, I got to screw it. Then you come over here, and this one was screwed in before, and you start screwing that thinking, okay, wait, I screwed this in 4 times, I can at least screw this in 3 or 4. You screw it in a couple, and the threads were already in there too far, and you crack your globe. Now, then you gotta go to the store, maybe they don't have this size or anything. And that's, you know what, that's a little cheesy what they've done here. See, in order to pull these, you're going to have to kind of pull out a little bit, because if you pull straight, it's going to rub on the glass. That was kind of a piss poor design. Sorry about that. Okay, and that's probably good that the chains are this long, because, you know, if you wanted to, sometimes if you don't have a light globe, or let's say the chain comes through a hole down here in the globe, sometimes it does that, and then you can pull it that way. And then if these chains are too long, you can shorten them with the little coupler up here. Okay, well in our case, we don't want to shorten them, do we? So I'm going to have to tell them, when you want to adjust the fan, pull out like that. Don't pull straight down, because you're going to rub on this glass and eventually you're going to break the glass. Okay? Like that. That's a little hokey. I don't like that. It's that design very well at all. But hey, there it is. Here's the other thing you could do. If you always want the light on every time you turn the light switch on, and you always want the ceiling fan, let's say you always want it on high, or you always want it on medium, you can adjust it how you want, and you can remove that chain, kind of cut the chain short up high, and just leave a couple little pieces dangle, something like that. Get rid of that. You know, then it kind of limits your options, or else you have to get up there on a ladder and kind of adjust it later for however you want. So just a few ideas for you. Now see, this turned out really nice. See the gap here against the wall, the outside corner, and that? And over here is almost the same up against this wall. Well, that's kind of hard to see, but I think you can tell. And then let's go over here where that outside wall is, and that. See, I kind of made it all about the same, and it worked out really good. And it just so happened where the ceiling joist was that it all worked out. Good luck with your project. Ooh, I'm glad that project's over. Well, that's all I have for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. Oh, one more thing I forgot to tell you about. See this here? This is a balancing kit. So in case anytime down the road, let's say your ceiling fan starts wobbling, you first want to check everything out on it, make sure all the adjustment screws are tight and all that kind of stuff. And I got different things on my YouTube channel for that. Look under the playlist under Ceiling Fan Heaven for that. But see, there's some little weights here. And you would put this little goodie here on a ceiling fan blade, and that's about the same weight as one of these. You try one, and then you turn on the ceiling fan, and if it still wobbles, you take this off and put it on another ceiling fan. Move it towards the end, or 2 or 3 inches away from the end. Look at the directions and stuff, and then you can take a weight and then you tape it on top of one of the blades, because maybe one of the blades is off, maybe it's cattywampus, it's off at an angle, or it's lower than all the other blades. Then this will take, basically one of these kind of weights it down. If one doesn't do it, maybe you have to put 2, and you tape them up there first before you take the sticky off it and glue it down or something like that. Okay, so make sure on your ceiling fan, look in the box and see if you have that, because if you do, save it. Now, if your question was, hey Joe, why didn't you leave that light fixture? You could have reinstalled that light fixture over there, and then it wouldn't have been as dark in the shower. But you know what? I didn't want to do that for a couple reasons. You know, you don't really need it that bright in the shower. When's the last time you needed it so bright that you were upset if the light was not there or something, you know? And here was the other thing. Then you've got a light fixture there. Then we've added another light here and a ceiling fan on the same circuit. I don't want to overload a circuit. Okay. Now, if this ceiling fan did not come with a light kit, then okay, I then would have left that light fixture over there. Okay. So that was my train of thought on that. You can do what you like, though. Here's a couple more things to consider when you're working in a little confined area like this. You know what you could do, if your ceiling fan comes with a light kit, but if you want to leave that existing light, you want to put that light back up over there where I have that blank cover plate, you could put that light back up and then just leave this light off. You know, you could do something like that too. And this ceiling fan, do you hear it kind of humming? That's another thing that you get when you buy something kind of inexpensive. You get what you pay for. So remember that when you purchase a ceiling fan. The more expensive, the better apparently it is. I'm kind of disappointed in this ceiling fan to a certain extent because it's making that humming noise. There's two other ceiling fans I put up in this little condo and they're not making this humming noise at all. But anyways, well, I hope you learned something on this video series. Thanks for joining me.
This is Video Joe. Out.